Welcome back to Time with God series, Bible study with me, WendyMichelle Thompson. Today's reading is Numbers 21. When the Canaanite king of Arad, who dwelt in the south, the Negeb, heard that Israel was coming by the way of Atharim, the route traveled by the spies sent out by Moses, he fought against Israel and took some of them captive. And Israel vowed a vow to the Lord and said, if you will indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to Israel and gave over the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And the name of the place was called Hormah, a band or devoted thing. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way to the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. And the people became impatient, depressed, and very discouraged because of the trials along the way. Verse 5. And the people spoke against God and against Moses. Why have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? Here they go again, guys. For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and we loathe this light manna. Then the Lord sent fiery, burning serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and many Israelites died. And the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he may take away the serpents from us. So Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said to Moses, make a fiery serpent of bronze and set it on a pole, and everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of bronze and put it on a pole. And if a serpent had bitten any man, when he looked to the serpent of bronze attentively, expectantly, and with a steady and observing gaze, he lived. Verse 10. From there they journeyed and encamped in the valley of Zered. From there they journeyed and encamped on the other side of the river, the Arnon, which is in the desert or wilderness that extends from the frontier of the Amorites, for the river Arnon is the boundary of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Verse 14. That is why it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, Wahab and Suphah, and the valleys of the branches of the Arnon River. Verse 15. And the slope of the valleys that stretch toward the side of Ar and find support on the border of Moab. From there, the Israelites went on to Beer, a well, the well of which the Lord had said to Moses, assemble the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, spring up, O well, let all sing to it. The fountain that the princes opened, and that the nobles of the people hollowed out from their staves. And from the wilderness or desert, Israel journeyed to Matnah, and from Matnah to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth. Verse 20. And from Bamoth to the valley that is in the field of the Moab, to the top of the Pisgah, which looks down upon Jeshimon and the desert. And Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let me pass through your land. We will not turn aside into field or vineyard. We will not drink the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway until we have passed your border. But Sihon would not allow Israel to pass through his border. Instead, he gathered all of his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness and came to Jahaz, and he fought against Israel. And Israel smote the king of the Amorites with the edge of the sword, and possessed his land from the river Arnon to the river Jabbok, as far as the Ammonites, for the boundary of the Ammonites was strong. Verse 25. And Israel took all these cities, and dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, and Heshbon, and all its towns. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land out of his hand, as far as the river Arnon. That is why those who sing ballads say, "Come to Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and established. For fire has gone out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon, and it has devoured Ar of Moab and the lords of the heights of Arnon. Woe to you, Moab! You are undone, O people of the god Chemosh. Moab has given his sons as fugitives, and his daughters into captivity to Sihon, king of the Amorites." Verse 30. We have shot them down. Heshbon has perished as far as Dibon, and we have laid them waste as far as Nophath, which reaches to Medeba. Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took its villages and dispossessed the Amorites who were there. Then they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og the king of Bashan went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. But the Lord said to Moses, "Do not fear him, for I have delivered him and all his land into your hand, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon." Verse 35. So the Israelites slew Og and his sons and all his people until there was not one left alive, and they possessed his land. And that concludes the reading in Numbers 21. I pray that each one of you are having a great day. Please just give it a thumbs up so that these Bible readings can go further out to more people. That is how the YouTube algorithm measures things. And please engage. Please make comments below. Let me know what you think of the readings. I am thinking about getting started on the New Testament. So every other reading, one would be the Old Testament, where we are, continuing in Numbers, and we'll go ahead and start in Matthew, and we'll go back and forth that way. I probably will put the New Testament in a different playlist. But then again, I have to think about it. You guys tell me what you think. So I just don't want it to be confusing. But we will see. I really care about what you guys think. This channel, this playlist is for you guys. So please tell me what you think. If I should just keep it right here with the Old Testament. I keep shaking my head. I'm thinking to myself, I think that might get confusing for people. Especially new ones. But, yeah. You guys give me your input. Thanks so much. I pray that you have a very blessed day. God bless your today and all your tomorrows.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. Ah, so far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you're scared.